First things first. I am not wrong often, but when I am, I'm man enough to own up to it. I am. And one thing I was wrong about is the Panthers. Yeah. I had to learn the hard way that this team was legit. All I did when they beat Boston was bury the Bruins and make fun of them. And I called the Panthers a glorified AHL team. And said a real team would sweep them. Said Toronto would sweep them. And and no, that was not me trying to overcompensate for this because Boston lost. Boston was eliminated before we were, so that has nothing to do with it. But yeah, I completely disrespected the Bruins after they lost Ford. I said a real team would beat the Panthers, would sweep them. And I said Toronto's that team. Toronto's going to show Boston how to do it, and they're going to just flat out kill the Panthers. Then all of a sudden, Florida won 3 straight games in that series, and I found myself just questioning, well, not everything, but questioning what I've been saying. Leafs did take Game 4. And even then, I thought, well, the reverse sweep could happen because all it takes is one. I've seen it happen twice in my lifetime. It's happened 4 times, but I still remember Philadelphia doing it to the Bruins, and I watched when the Kings did it to San Jose. I thought they could do it. They had the chance tonight, but no, wasn't to be. So with that, we have an Eastern Conference final pitting the Carolina Hurricanes against the Florida Panthers. Who had that on the bingo card? It's a Southeast Division rematch. No, well, yeah, I am serious though. The fan that enjoyed the the fan that enjoyed the train wreck that was the Southeast Division back in those days is kind of enjoying this because of course the Southeast Division consisted of the Carolina Hurricanes, Florida Panthers, the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Washington Capitals, and at the time the Atlanta Thrashers. Of course, when they moved to Winnipeg and became the Jets, they actually did play uh, 2 seasons in the Southeast Division, even though they were in Central Canada. That led to the divisions being realigned to what they are now. But yeah, we got Carolina and Florida. We got Carolina and Florida facing off for the conference for the Prince of Wales Trophy. And as for the Leafs, well, at least they won a series. That's about what I could take for it. And I'm still amazed that that expensive core they had just disappeared. 3 goals total in that series. None of them from Austin Matthews and John Tavares, who are the 2 highest paid players in the team. Neither one of them scored a goal. Matter of fact, they had 3 combined points in the 5-game series. That's not earning your money. That isn't. Elsewhere, the Golden Knights beat the Oilers. The Oilers actually had a lead, but as we all know, the Oilers have a knack for taking defeat from the jaws of victory. Uh, and they lost 4-3, and now Vegas is up 3-2. And this comes right after the news came out that surprise, Connor McDavid's a finalist for the Hart. Yeah, they announced the Hart finalists They announced the Hart finalists today. Of course, the Hart Trophy. Of course, it's the big one, the league MVP, and it's Connor McDavid, David Pastrnak, and Matt Kachuk. You know, I'm not going to raise a stink about this because I said many times, Miko Rantanen better be the finalist, even though we all know who's winning that trophy. That's why I'm not like up in arms about it because we know Connor McDavid's going to win the Hart. I mean, look at the season he had, 150 something points. That's just that's hideous. That's beautifully hideous. So yeah, but I just want us to get recognized. You know, that's why I ran it about when the Vezina finalists were announced and Georgiev wasn't one. You know, the Avalanche's individual efforts hardly get recognized. Hardly. You know. So and remember, Mikko Rantanen held the fort down with the injuries piled up because there was a period of time for the Avs that Landeskog and McKinnon were out. That's 2/3 of that top line. Landeskog and McKinnon were out. Mikko Rantanen was basically the captain. He held the fort down. And he ended up having a big career year, scoring 55 goals, which is too shy of the overall Nordiques Avalanche franchise record. But he's not even considered for the Hart. I know he's not. I know if he was, he wasn't going to win it. I know that. But the recognition, that's all I ask. It's all I ask. As LeBron James, who it's fitting that I mentioned this because LeBron the Lakers advanced to the conference finals. As LeBron James said, we want our damn respect. That's not hard, is it? So yeah, so the Eastern Conference Finals is set. The West isn't. Neither West series is over, but they will be decided next few days because that's all that's left now in round two. It's the West games. That's it. So that's my recap of tonight's games. Yeah, congrats to the Panthers. I want to say they're the first wild card to get this far. I could be wrong. Actually, I am. They're not. They're not the first wild card to get this far. The Panthers, the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes reached round three as a wild card in 2019. I think they were the first? No, they were the first. They were the first wild card in the Eastern Conference, and of course they ousted the Capitals, who were the defending champions that year, and they swept the Islanders to reach the conference final. So yeah, they're not the first wild card to get to the Final Four. They could end up being the first to reach the final, but that should be interesting. But anyway, so yeah, congratulations, Panthers. They are for real, and I'm sorry I ever disrespected the team, but they really, they really turned it up. So again, that's a recap of tonight's action, and as for tomorrow, it's single. It's pretty much it's single games rest away because obviously the conference finals comes after this, but tomorrow it's game six in the Central between the Kraken and the Dallas Stars. Dallas is up 3 games to 2. They are looking to finish it off and return to the conference final for the first time since that bubble year. And while Seattle's trying to force Game 7, which would be their second ever. Um, and of course, Sunday, Sunday is the one game. It's Game 6 in the Pacific between the Golden Knights and the Oilers. That's in Edmonton, and of course, Vegas is looking to. Well, Edmonton's looking to force Game 7. Vegas is looking to finish it. They're looking to reach. They're looking to reach the Final Four for the. I think it would be the fourth time in franchise. That's amazing. I think it would be the fourth time in franchise history because, of course, year one they reached the final, and of course, in the bubble they reached the conference finals. In that shortened year, they reached what was called the Stanley Cup semifinals because there were no conferences. So if they win on Sunday, this will be their fourth trip to the conference finals in their 6-year history. That is amazing. As much as a lot of teams don't like Vegas, that is amazing. Of course, Game 7, the Game 7s will take place on Monday and Tuesday, and for what I'm seeing, the start time's been set. It's prime time starts for each, which actually no, well yeah, basically 8 o'clock Eastern for a potential Game 7 in Dallas on Monday, and 9 o'clock Eastern for a potential Game 7 in Vegas. I think from what I've seen, the start time for Game 6 in Edmonton hasn't been set quite yet. Though I would think it would be a 9 p.m. Eastern start, 6 p.m. Pacific, but of course, it's 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific for Game 6 in Seattle. So, again, that's a recap of tonight's action. If you like this video, click the like button, click subscribe if you want more of my story on Vocal about the Maple Leafs. Will be in the description below, so check it out when you can. And I'll be back. I'll be back with a recap of tomorrow's Game 6, maybe with news that Dallas advanced. Who knows? Again, one more time, congrats Panthers. You really earned this spot. It would be really something if the Panthers actually go back to the final for the second time in franchise history. But we'll see how that goes. So I'll be back tomorrow to recap Game 6. So stay tuned.